Peace, family. Rise and shine one time for the one time. It's Sunny Handsome back with another video. And all my videos are in alignment with what I try to teach and in alignment with my beliefs, my truth, what I know, right? The stars in the skies above are stationary, right? So if they're stationary, that means they don't move. That means our ancestors always knew where they were. And as above, so below. I believe in my belief system, we're going back to the stars, whatever star system you come from. You know, there's so many of them. You know, it's infinite. It's infinite galaxies, infinite universe, you know, but it's one. It's infinite, but one. That's why it's a universe, you know, but I don't want to get too technical for some of my people. This is from the Lost History channel, you know, that I follow on YouTube. And the name of this class is The Indestructible and Imperishable of the Ancient Egyptians. Now, you know, when you're dealing with them, you're dealing with Atlantis, Lemuria, and all the ancestors that I resonate with. Because I know I'm a part of them. They are me, just like they are you. You know, if you was born out the womb and resonate with this frequency that's in me and in most of you. All right. But the squatter man phenomenon is another way for these people today, the scientists today, to show that there were ancient civilizations that were connected, and they all did the same thing and saw the same thing. It's written in the caves, it's written in the pyramids, it's written in the texts, it's written all over. And I'm not gonna go that further, you know, because I'll say that for another class. But you want to build, we can build. That's what I'm here for. But so peace. Let's get into the squatter man. His voice is British, so I try to translate for those that are dealing with ebonics. So peace. Let's go.
Squatter man question. We see an assimilation of thought from the petroglyphs to the religious belief
the assimilation of thought, right?
Fear.
Everybody had the same thought.
The squatter man in the sky manifested.
That's why I
but
give
what exactly manifested it, and how do we know
the
what
Egyptian
influenced
god
the manifestation?
Magic and power.
Step forth,
Priest
the ancient Egyptian celestial world. Wait till you hear this. The Egyptians tell us of two celestial objects that could always be seen circling the North Pole. The Egyptian astronomical name for these two objects is translated as the ones not knowing destruction. And modern researchers have dubbed these objects the Indestructibles. And no modern research will point out that these objects are distant objects. Think not that these are distant, but instead consider that these were the planets in the solar system. The name of these circumpolar objects is directly related to the Egyptian belief in constant north as a portal to heaven for pharaohs, and that the stars are associated with eternity and the afterlife. Egyptologist Toby Wilkinson, speaking in 2001, explained that naming is a metaphor in Egyptian ideology. Circumpolar objects are a very good metaphor for the afterlife because when viewed, they never seem to set, they simply rotate around the polar star. They are the undying stars, or in Egyptian terminology, the Indestructibles.
The Indestructible, that's us.
Of the dead king.
Can't kill that soul.
About 4,500 years ago, the Egyptians believed that the unmovable area, the stars encircled by 10 degrees each, was heaven in the sense that it was the place of the afterlife, the dwelling place of the unmoved mover, the sun god Ra, not the same celestial object of today that we call the sun, but an ancient object that shone from this region and who never set. And the Egyptians tell us that their whole culture was influenced by this so much that they considered this place heaven. As the Egyptians believed that the unmovable area the stars encircled was heaven, the pyramids were built to align north with a single perfectly aligned vent. In the Great Pyramid, the shaft itself built into the structure starts at the so-called King's Chamber and ends at the outside. The shaft was built at an
Resonating
angle,
frequency
so it
and
could
energy.
always be in sight of the Indestructibles in their
Powerful.
circumpolar orbit. The oldest literature in the world about the afterlife are the pyramid texts, which emphasises the celestial world of the sky more
Celestial
than the
bodies.
physical realm of the earth or the underworld. Just as the circumpolar planets were
Look at that
indestructible,
temple.
the manifestations too were referred to as the imperishable ones. The physical sight of godlike perceptions in the
Megaliths.
Squatterman manifestation,
Moving
and it was the
megaliths.
Pharaoh's destiny
That's me,
to go
you.
forth in the sky amongst
Raising
the imperishable
megaliths.
ones, and to go around this ancient sky like the golden sun.
That's mountains, man.
The Egyptian word for sky is pet, and they describe the Kaz, the Baz, Axe, and birds, as well as the gods, the imperishable ones. In the pyramid texts, the sun is mentioned along with the
Look
sky
at that.
goddess Nut,
Look at that
Osiris,
sign.
Horus,
Nut
and Jeb,
and
as being
Shu.
manifested from the sun god Ra.
No, Newton
The
Jeb.
imperishable ones are described as being in the circumpolar region, the same
Shu.
as the Indestructibles, again aligned
Honest.
to the Great Pyramid. Since the imperishable and Indestructibles revolve around the celestial North Pole, the neither rise nor set, they appear
Ra.
to always be there. And more than one pyramid have long passages sloping up on the northern sides, like gigantic telescopes aimed at these objects. The
Aimed right
expanse
at
of
the
the
stars.
ancient sky was conceived as the surface of a large body of fresh water that the gods, and eventually the king too, would cross in reed floats. Two fields were prominent on the ancient sky, the field of reeds on the eastern edge and the field of offerings further north near the imperishable ones. Nut was the personification of the sky, and incredibly in Sweden, a depiction of Thor's hammer hanging from a serpent appears to directly be the same perception for the Egyptian sky goddess.
Wow.
And this shows that these people were seeing the same thing in the sky across great distances. Nut has her head in the west, swallowing the setting sun, her loins in the east.
See that? Mother Earth. My queens out there, tap into your energy. Know thyself, man. You are not a thing. You are celestial
Suggesting that
bodies.
the sky was conceived as a sky for the underworld. The word for netherworld was Duat. Osiris was the lord of Duat.
Ooh.
In the pyramid text,
Wow.
the Duat is connected
Yeah, they say
to
that
the
in,
earth and descends to a darker region beneath. Aker,
In the
the
chemi-
earth god in the form of a double
rituals.
sphinx, was the entrance, the guardian of gateways. Akhet is translated as horizon, where the land and the sky touches, but this means much more in the Egyptian concept. The Akhet was where the dead were transformed into effective inhabitants in the
Wow.
world beyond death. As part of the sky, it was the place
Look
where
at the
the sun
Gemini,
was
the
reborn
duality.
within the Duat, where manifestations
Good
took
and evil.
place as observed
Dark and
in
light.
these ancient perceptions. The early inhabitants of the Egyptian region were influenced by these sky events. Planets in the circumpolar region went electric,
I can't wait to
exchanging
get a
plasma
fucking
as
tab.
cosmic chaos unfolded
my
to
computer's
Earth observers.
set up.
The glow in the horizon, the light that was never extinguished, manifested before gods are named for their discrete characteristics. They called them imperishable and indestructible.
Look at that light right
But what do
there.
you guys think about these historical references in the Squatterman question? Comments below, and thank you for watching.
Oh, thank you. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? That's what I'm going to put in all my music eventually. You know, yeah, I get it. Because this is the Great Awakening. And we are returning, man, back to our ancient selves. So one time for the one time, you know, stay balanced. You know, my brothers and sisters, you know, that demonic energy can definitely get the best of you. Know thyself. And know that you can kill certain things with kindness, especially because most people don't even know how to love themselves, you know, or feel. And that's the problem, because they believe they are things. They're black, they're Dominican, they're Puerto Rican. You're a human being before any of those labels, man. You're God's creation, a celestial body, you know, like the space. You're a spirit. And that's with having spiritual wealth, you know, understanding all the inner workings and not allowing no one to define you as a label. So peace, love, and light. Stay balanced.